What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and as I try to do every Saturday morning, today I'll be going over this week's mini event. We have a whole new weekly rotation of bosses that you may want to farm for because their dedicated loot drops are higher, as well as a few other details I'd like to go over. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. Make sure you turn on those notifications. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well. And remember, we are currently having a giveaway for a PlayStation 5. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced on October 2nd of this year. So the first thing I'd like to go over about this week's mini event is that all SDUs and vending machines are going to be half off, and that directly coincides with the fact that more gold from all enemies are going to be dropping throughout the game. So if you're like me, maybe you stepped away from the game for a while and you never made this a priority, my friends, I strongly recommend take this week, upgrade all of your SDUs. We had this event, I think a few months back, but I know I never took advantage of it. I really regretted not doing that because it's a great opportunity. So this week I'm definitely taking advantage of everything being half off and getting more gold and upgrading everything here. With that being said, let's now get into the 4 bosses that are in this week's weekly rotation, which means they have a better chance of dropping their dedicated loot. Now, the first boss we'll be going over happens to be one of my favorite boss farms in the game, and they also happen to drop one of my favorite weapons in the game, which is the Sword Explosion. Now, we're going to, as you saw, Wartooth Shallows, we're going to go to Wreck of the Tempest Scorn, and this is where you're going to find LeChance. Now, what's great about this area is that when you load into the area, you are put exactly where the boss is located, and not only that, you have vending machines right there so you could restock your ammo, refill your health, and sell anything that you don't want to keep. Now, in addition to dropping the Sword Explosion, LeChance can also drop the Cannonballer of Ardor. I haven't used that weapon that much, but the Sword Explosion is by far one of my favorite weapons in the game. You can see here I got a really great, this is probably the best one I've picked up so far, so this is a great week to get this weapon if you've been trying to pick it up. Now, as we make our way to the next location, there happen to be a few things I want to mention for new and returning players. First of all, you have multiple ways of respawning your character so you can farm the same boss over and over again. You can either change your chaos level, you can also choose to fast travel back to Brighthoof, or you could just exit to the main menu and load back into the game. Any one of those you choose is going to put you right back to where you started when you wanted to farm the boss. Now, as we make our way to the next location, which is located in Mount Craw, and we're going to be farming Volcano, I want to go over your chaos mode and what level you choose to farm at. Now, one of the questions I got in my previous video was, can legendaries drop regardless of what your chaos level is? And the answer is yes, and you can even have legendaries drop when your chaos mode is turned off completely. You'll see that in this video as well. However, always remember, my friends, you always want to farm at the highest chaos level possible, which is going to ensure you're getting the best loot. So for instance, if you can farm at 50, you definitely want to do that because that gives you the best chance of getting chaotic, volatile, primordial, and ascended loot. However, if you are still just starting off in the game, maybe you haven't even gotten to the chaos chamber, one thing I like to highlight in my videos is showing you that even at a lower chaos level, you can still get the job done, you can still pick up stuff, and even if you haven't made it to the chaos chamber as yet, you can still have the chance of getting something you're looking for. Now, to highlight that fact, you can see I'm farming Volcano, and I've chosen to turn off chaos mode completely, which first of all makes you melt the boss in like 2 seconds, but secondly, you will see even with chaos mode turned off, he does drop his, legendary dedicated loot, which is the manual transmission. It's a really great assault rifle, so as I said before, my friends, now is the week to try to pick these weapons up. Most of you know that there are no shortages of ways to farm for legendaries in the game. One of the most popular ways is hitting up the Chaos Chamber because at the end you can choose your targeted loot, and all of these items are in the general loot pool. However, when there happens to be a boss that has a dedicated loot drop and they are highlighted in the weekly rotation, I cannot recommend enough farming that area. For me, I know all week long I'm going to be farming, LeChance. I want to get an Ascended Sword Explosion. I'm going to keep going at it until it drops. The next boss we're going to be highlighting this week is Drill. He is located in the Drowned Abyss. Now, there is a bit of travel time in order to get to him. When you first load into the map, you're going to run past these vending machines. I do not engage with these enemies whatsoever. I just keep going until I get to the boss's location. Now, once again, another great thing about this area is that even though you have to initially make this run to get to where the boss is, once you get there, there's going to be a respawn point as well as vending machines. So once again, like in the previous areas, you will have the option of refilling your health, refilling your ammo, selling anything you want, because you are going to be getting a lot of loot here. Now, the only thing that's a pain about this boss is that he happens to take on 3 forms before you can fully kill him. However, he does drop Drill's Fury as well as Storm Surge, so once again, if these are 2 things you're looking for, now is the time to try to pick them up. Now, the last boss you'll be seeing today is Celissa. She's located in the Sunfang Oasis, and she can drop one of 2 things, either Threads of Fate or Head of the Snake. Now, she does take a little bit of travel time to get to. However, in the footage you'll see in a moment, you will see the exact path you take once you get there. It's very easy to do, so again, if you're looking for either of those things, now's the time to get them, my friends. With all that being said, I want to take a moment, as always, and thank you all for your incredible support of this channel, and remind you, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, you want to know certain things about farming, please let me know in the section down below, and I will get back to you as quick as I can. My goal moving forward is to hopefully be able to bring you these weekly videos every Saturday morning, let you know exactly what's going on in the game, things you may want to look for, because I know a lot of people stepped away from the game. You know, we just had the 4th mirror introduced, as well as a new class. And they are continuing to make improvements to the game, and I know in many ways a lot of us were let down by the PLC that first came out. My hopes is that moving forward they will change certain aspects, so I really hope there's a lot to look forward in the future. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. However, like I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.